Listen carefully, my child. This is an important word that wasn't sent by accident, but by God. God Himself has stirred up the skies and come down to talk to you directly. These words you are hearing right now are not just words made up by people. They are a message from forever to you in this very moment. Open this right now. There is going to be a big event. Do not think twice. Do not wait, not even for a moment, for the clock has already been set by God. God says you now own a secret property, and the address will shock you. Your name has been written in the ground beneath it for years, but you haven't seen it because shadows stole it and buried it. But I, the Lord, have shown it to you, and now it's time to look at the picture and see for yourself what heaven is showing you. Time is running out, and the enemy would love nothing more than for you to miss your appointment. Open it before it's too late. Something secret just got yours. You didn't know that the formal forms were signed. When you see the address, it will shock you. There is a picture that shows that this property is now yours. What you thought you knew about your life will change after seeing this picture. This isn't a mistake or a fluke. A lot of work has been going on behind the scenes to get this land transferred to your name. You'll be surprised at how much what you own is worth. The place has ties to your past that you never thought possible. There were court papers filed in places you've never heard of. Forms with your name on them were handled by lawyers you've never met. Most people don't know about these old estate rules, but they allowed this land to be transferred. If you dream about buildings or houses, are they strange? You might have felt drawn to some areas for no clear reason. It's possible that you've seen the same address numbers show up in strange places. There is no chance in these events. That's proof that this house has been called to you from across time and space. Your family tree has stories that go back many years. Links in the blood that were lost or forgotten are now being found. You are finally getting the property rights that you should have had years ago. The strange thoughts you've had about family wealth or inheriting things were really your soul telling you what was truly yours. You only have a short time to take what is officially yours. If you don't keep the papers up to date, it will end. Other family members or cousins from a long way away might try to argue against your claim. You have no idea how much this place is worth. The value of the land itself could make or break your financial future. Along with owning this land, there are also secret riches that go with it. The problems with the law get trickier every day you wait. The courts that handle these papers have strict due dates. If you miss the time, you'll lose everything that should be yours. There are people and groups that don't want you to find this fortune. They gain from not telling you about your rights. They want you to never find out what's yours. In the law, time moves quickly. Time that seems like it has a lot of it can go away in an instant. You won't have that chance to take this place forever. Click like on this movie right now to see the first information about your home. The past of the land that now has your name on it goes back more than 100 years. The first person to own it had a connection to your family tree that was kept secret from your family. This person made sure that the property would get back to its original owner in the end. They set up formal companies and ways for people to pass on their wealth that have been working quietly for decades. The last owner couldn't have their own children. They picked you as their spiritual heir because you are connected to them in ways that go beyond blood ties. They thought you were the best choice because of something special in your family tree. Your name is written in ink that is decades old on papers that are kept in vault boxes. Laws that back up your claim were made long before you were born. It has been time for these files to be used for a while now. There are houses and land on the property, as well as mining rights that could be worth a lot of money. There are water rights that bring in money all the time, spaces for storing things that might be very valuable. This information was kept secret because of arguments in the family that happened many years ago. Other family members who were jealous thought they should have the fortune instead. Because of court cases, the real heir method had to be kept secret from the public. The way you're connected to this property makes sense of some trends in your life that didn't make sense before. why you were pulled to certain places, and why names felt like they were familiar to you even though you had never been there. When certain formal conditions were finally met, the move into your name happened immediately. To get to the next level of property details, type "claim" in the comments. There have been strange events near your current home that are linked to this new property. Problems with electricity that fix themselves. It doesn't make sense for the water pressure to change. These things show that the two traits are connected energetically. There are unique things about the land where your secret property is located that most people don't know about. Native Americans thought of the energy lines in the ground as holy. The unique makeup of the dirt has effects on everything that is put on it. Your new home has a main house, guest houses, and outbuildings that are used for different things. There are places underground that have never been fully mapped out by earlier studies. There are storage areas with things that the previous owner wanted you to have. The place puts you close enough to walk to places that have shown up in your dreams. You've dreamed about streets that you thought were made up. There were buildings that felt familiar, even though you'd never been there in real life. Previous owners of this property said they had strange situations that helped them trust their instincts and make better decisions. People who spend time on the land seem to have stronger mental powers. It will be easier for you to sense heavenly things after you take ownership. The Kadisi land is in the middle of what scholars in the area call a manifestation zone. Things that people want to happen come true faster for those who live there. There are more chances to do things. They have more money coming into their lives. There are also properties that protect built into the land itself. The owners before us lived incredibly long and healthy lives. Their businesses did well in ways that seem to be typical of a market. Accidents and health problems in their families happened less often than statistics would suggest. You've been drawn to this place all your life because of its energy. You could feel this land waiting for you every time you missed home in a place you had never been. If you need skilled help moving your property, you can give super thanks of $10, $25, $50, or more. Every donation helps us do legal study and check documents, which makes sure your claim is handled properly and quickly. Type 777 right now to get to the shocking address that ties this property to your life. You will be shocked by the address of your home because it leads to numbers that have followed you around all your life. Numbers that show on your birth record, social security number, or important dates in your family background. This is not a mistake. It was planned. The person who made arrangements for you to receive this land picked the spot because of these number links. They knew that different places have energy frequencies that are compatible with different people. This revelation came at a good time because big changes are happening in your life right now. Changes in your career, relationships, or spiritual awakenings that don't seem to have anything to do with each other are actually getting you ready to buy a home. Legal defenses were built into the estate papers so that no one can dispute your claim once it has been filed correctly. The previous owner made sure that family members or business partners who were jealous or greedy would never be able to stop the move. Not only do you own this land, but you also have rights to use the water, remove minerals, and build on it, which is something that most landowners never get. These extra rights make the land much more valuable and increase its income possibilities. The land next to yours is government land that can't be built on, so your privacy and property values will always be safe. Because of limits on where it can be built, your land will never be surrounded by business or industrial projects. New studies show that your land is above deep water sources that are becoming more valuable as fresh water becomes harder to find. The legal rights to this water could bring in money for many years to come. The cosmic forces that have been moving in your favor lately are the same ones that made the last legal steps necessary to move this property into your name. The land legacy and your spiritual growth are both parts of the same heavenly plan. There was a time in your life when everything came together and you found what was always meant to be yours. When you type 333, you will get divine guidance about your property rights and legal position. In a way that doesn't seem possible, the shocking location starts with numbers that match your birth date. The letters in the street name make out words that are related to your family name or a nickname you had as a child. This land is in a place you've driven by many times without realizing it was yours. You might have felt odd when you went by certain streets or seen buildings that interested you for no apparent reason. You'll remember things about the land as soon as you step foot on it. Childhood events that seemed like dreams or made-up stories will be shown to be real mental links to this place. This was something your soul knew about before your mind did. There are hidden spaces in the houses that hold things that the previous owner picked just for you. Personal letters that tell them why they chose you. There are families that were meant to be passed down through your bloodline but got lost in family fights. The land gives you access to private roads that lead to places that few people ever see. When you own something, you can get into closed neighborhoods and restricted areas that normally need special rights. When you look at past events in your life that you couldn't explain, they now make perfect sense when you think about this property link. Explain why certain chances came your way. Why were you able to escape accidents that should have been worse? What made you always feel safe from outside forces? For years, the energy of this land has been affecting your life from afar, making you make choices and leading you toward events that will help you get ready to own it one day. You will notice these effects more and more in your daily life now that the formal move is over. You can give super thanks of $10, $25, $50, or more if you want full help with transferring property, including formal paperwork, title study, and making sure you are the rightful owner. Each donation helps us offer professional services that safeguard your estate rights and make sure the transfer of your property goes smoothly. Type design 999 to make your link to the property you now own stronger. The time is almost up when the full address will be given to you. As I write this, the last formal steps are being taken to ensure that your title can't be challenged. It is now clear that you are the true owner of the land. With estate rules that cover many states and legal areas, no one can take away what has been legally moved into your name. Simple formal documents that prove your acceptance of the gift are the first things you need to do. These steps turn on extra security and perks that come with owning property. If you buy this property, it could completely change your financial situation within a few months. There are many ways to make money on the land that are more profitable than most people's full-time jobs. There are sensitive chances waiting for you that you can only get once you officially claim ownership. Business relationships that the previous owner set up just for the heir. There are investment options that require you to own property. The same forces that made it possible for you to receive this property are also making sure you have the skills and tools to make the most of it. You will get divine help to make the best choices about your fortune. You will slowly learn about hidden parts of the house as you spend more time there. There are hidden places that aren't shown on public polls. The previous owners found basement features that they kept secret. There are ties to important people in the property's past that can help you with the business and legal parts of owning it. Networks of wealthy people who respect the land's former owner and will do the same for you. Everything has been carefully thought out to make sure you do well as the new owner of the house. The house you always looked at and thought about. The picture shows the Victorian house with the blue doors that always caught your eye. The same building that showed up in your dreams, which you thought were just in your head. Legal papers show that you are now the only owner of this land and everything on it. No one can question the gift because it is full. There was always a real link between you and this place. The times you felt pulled to this place as a child were your soul letting you know it was meant to be yours. Type claim to finish transferring your property and start using all of your inheritance rights right away.